Hi everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a card for you guys, and this is to celebrate the, today, Saturday, October 4th, 2014. This is World Card Making Day, and I thought I would make a card and to celebrate the day, and also because I haven't posted a card tutorial in a little bit, probably over a week. Excuse me. So I wanted to do that today. And I'm going to be using a stamp set from TPC Studio. I'm not certain if you can still get this or not. I'm sure if you really were interested in it, excuse me, if you're really interested in it, you could probably find it maybe on eBay or something like that. But this is TPC Studio, and this is it's called Card Crafting, and I thought it was pretty fitting for today's special day. So what we're going to be doing is, I've already got my stamps arranged here. I've got an envelope stamp, a little glue image stamp, a card, a ruler, and I've got my sentiment here. And it says, so many crafts, so little time, and that's exactly how I feel. So I've gone ahead, like I said, and arranged them how I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and mount them onto my Fisker stamp press. And this will just make things easier whenever I go to stamp them down. We're going to be doing a little bit of distress inking today. Thought it would be like a fun, whimsical, bright color card. I'm going to be embossing first. So I'm going to be using my embossing buddy here. And I've got a piece of Tim Holtz watercolor paper because we're going to be using some water. So I'm going to be embossing in black. So I'm going to be using the VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And because this is a pigment ink, it'll stay wetter, a little bit wetter longer. So this is great for embossing. And I hate working with black embossing powder. So we're going to try this. So I'm going to ink up my images with the VersaFine here. I'm not exactly sure how this card will actually turn out in the end because I didn't prep really for it or anything like that. I just had this idea in my head. So sometimes those are the best cards, sometimes they're not, but that's what crafting is all about, experiment. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this down. And I like my Fisker stamp press for stuff like this because it gives it a little bit of give. And of course you got some give anyway because of the stamps that I'm using are cling mount stamps, which I haven't used, I don't think, in one of my videos up to this point. So just really making sure I got a good stamped impression, and especially since we're stamping on watercolor paper, I want to make sure that everything is stamped down. So that looks good there. I'm going to grab a baby wipe here because I don't want to get ink all over my area here. Alright, so we're going to set our stamps aside, and so you can see how that is. So now we're going to go ahead and apply our clear embossing powder. I need a bigger container for my clear and white embossing powders, but I haven't done that yet. Alright, almost got these images covered. Gotta get a little bit over here on this card here. Alright, so I'm going to set that aside. So I'm going to go ahead and heat set this, and I'll be right back. So I've gone ahead and embossed my images. And so now what we're going to do is ink up our panel here with our Distress ink. I've got 4 different colors. I've got worn lipstick, dried marigold, shaded lilac, and evergreen bough. And we're going to start off with the dried marigold. And I'm just going to use a light hand here, especially with some of the colors, because some of the colors are more, I guess you would say, pigmented. I don't know what exactly the word is, but I guess the brighter the color, the more intense they are. Because you could always go back and add more color. Okay, we're going to go to our worn lipstick next. And make sure that you do blend the colors together. Okay, now we're going to go to shaded lilac. I love this shaded lilac color. It's really, really pretty. Let's see how that's turning out. Okay, we're going to go to our evergreen bough next. This evergreen bough color is really pretty as well. Alright, so I think that's our panel there. So I think we're going to be done with our inking. And so next what we're going to do is we're going to kind of add some water droplets to it, because as you know, if you're new to Distress inks, they react with water. So we're going to put some droplets of water. I've got my mister here, and I'm just really going to spray that just once or twice, light mists, and really let that soak into the paper there. And then I'm going to take a just a paper towel, and I'm just going to blot some of the water up, and you can kind of see the reaction, the wicking there. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Alright. Kind of see that reaction there. Really neat. I like playing with Distress inks in this manner. So, alright, so we're going to set that aside to dry just a little bit more. And we're going to go ahead and prep our card. So this is the Paper Tray Ink Hawaiian Shores cardstock. And I'm going to go ahead and cut our cardstock down, and it's going to be a top folding card, so we're going to cut it at 4 1/4. And set that aside, and then we're going to go ahead and score our card base at 5 1/2. I really do like top folding cards. I've really gotten into them a lot lately, so alright. So I thought what I would do is trim it down just a smidge, about 1/8 of an inch on each side. Alright, so we've got that border all the way around. Alright, and I think what I'm going to do is to really make the panel kind of stand out. I'm going to take my black soot distress ink, and I'm going to take my ink blending tool here with the black soot, and I'm just kind of bring or put it around the edges here, and it'll really define the edges against that cardstock, and it really makes it pop, especially with all these colors. Okay, we'll see how that's looking. See, you can kind of really see how that stands out. And I think what I'm going to do is to give this a little bit more dimension is go ahead and pop this up. So I'm going to use my big mama roll here of foam adhesive. Alright, and there's our card for today. Really fun images, and I thought, like I said, it would really fit well with the theme of today, which is World Card Making Day. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so you can go ahead and see new videos whenever I post them. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.